What up? What up? What up? Welcome to the Marc podcast. This is episode 8. Yo, I got a very, very special guest on the podcast today. This is like my close partner, man. We go way back to like middle school. Like we go all the way back. This my dog. We never lost contact. I know, a lot of people lose friendships over the years, but always kept in contact. No matter where we were. This is my main man right here. Like I say, very, very close friend. And he don't do this, y'all. But thank you for supporting the podcast. And we're going to talk about some real stuff tonight. My man's Nixon. Welcome to the podcast, dog.
Appreciate it. Thank you for having me, Marc.
Hey, man.
You
Thank you,
already know nothing but love.
For sure, bro. So on the podcast, on every episode, I always, how we met.
Okay.
So I already gave y'all a little breakdown, a little brief breakdown. So we really met way back, Campbell Drive, middle school, home of the Wildcats. If y'all know what that, people know what I'm talking about, the Wildcats, you know what I'm saying? And, the Untouchables and, all of that. And, that's how we met, man, middle school, man. And
Middle school,
bro. What's the name of the Campbell Drive now? I know they changed the name up.
I know I don't even think it's a middle school anymore, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I think it's a magnet school.
Magnet school, right?
I think so.
Yeah, I ride by there, man. I'm like, bro, that's Campbell Drive to me.
When I came down, I seen the colors had changed. I was like, yo.
For real, bro.
Yeah.
So that's how we met, man. Campbell Drive Middle School, man. Hey, I know you remember. Campbell Drive Middle, dog. In between classes, cats had book bags full of the Lucas selling it.
I was one of the main ones.
Bro, if y'all don't know what Lucas is like the Mexican seasoning.
Mm-hmm.
But
your favorite, it had there was numerous of variety of like flavors. There was like the corn was one of my favorites.
I love the corn. The watermelon was dope,
man. And they had a mango.
The mango, bro. Man. I used to love the mango. I guess I eat them John so much I used to scratch the top of my mouth, bro. Like
yeah. Man, I just made a ton of money off those. For those of y'all that supported me,
he appreciated it, but hey, dope, bro. Yeah, man. And then we slid on over to the high school days, man. Mm-hmm. Home of the Broncos, orange and blue, man. Homestead. I know you remember.
Of course. How could I forget, man?
Bro, the Papa John's pizza at lunch, dog.
Papa John's.
Like, me and my dog, we used to work during high school. You know what I'm saying? Like, I used to work at Office Max. And used to work on the keys, right?
I worked on the keys.
Worked on the keys. So you already know us, man. Like, why everybody, no offense to the people that's watching yet to go and eat the school cafeteria, but we was outside eating the Papa John's like every single day. Like
every day.
I made sure I had money because it's like, I got to eat Papa John's, And then, bro, what about the Krispy Kremes in the morning,
man? Krispy Kreme donuts. It was Krispy Kreme donuts, and I think in the afternoon we used to go to that Miami Sub.
The Miami Sub.
We used to get that butter pecan.
The butter pecan. Right now, that's now it's a Starbucks, right?
Starbucks,
it's a Starbucks.
They changed it.
Man.
That butter pecan.
That butter pecan, dog. Oh my gosh, boy.
And not to mention, we was always late to school.
Always late, boy. Man, we had the luxury of having the whip, man. You get that when you get
Pick
there.
me up in that blue, the red truck.
Man, the red truck, man. Oh my gosh, boy.
Man, those were the days.
Man, I remember when you copped your Cadillac, the white Caddy, dog.
That Cadillac, man. That was my first car I bought. I mean, I remember that summer I worked my butt off through cutting grass.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like 15 years old with Mr. Chandler. He passed away a few years ago, I find out.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I remember I worked my behind off. Bought that Cadillac for about $1,500.
15, dang.
$1,500. And that's I remember that year that T.I. song came out. There was a particular there's this one track, and there was this line he said that he bought his car and then the engine blew. I think it blew like less than 90 days, something like that.
Yeah, it was off that Still Ain't Forgave Myself.
Yes,
Still Ain't Forgave. Yeah, he said motor blew in 30 days.
I remember me, man, freaking the transmission went out on me.
Yeah.
The transmission went out on me in like literally less than 30 days.
Dang.
And I remember your pops and your moms was like, yo, we gonna go back over there. We gonna go talk to them. I said, nah. You know, it wasn't under warranty. It was a sell as is. You know, man, it was... I felt like everything was taken from me at that moment, but got it fixed.
Yeah.
But you know, it was like my first real car that I ever had, like that I bought with my money. You know what I mean? So it meant a lot.
Yeah, I remember riding in it, man. That thing used to ride smooth. Boy, I'm talking like,
oh yeah,
bro. I was like, yo, I want one. I can't afford it, but I want one. For sure, man. For sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So the Cadillac was yours. My dad blessed me with his old work truck. It was a red Toyota. And, you know, that thing, it was a stick shift.
We used to go everywhere. Sunset, the falls.
Everywhere. Man, so then after high school, I know you stayed down here for a little while and then you transitioned up to New York.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. How was the New York? Like, I always wanted to visit New York, but I always had Miami money because you got New York money. Minimum wage was always way higher than down here. So I always had Miami money. I just never could afford it. But how's that lifestyle up there? I heard it's like fast.
The lifestyle, everything is fast paced, dude. It's like, man, living up there for, I can't even count on top of my head how many years I was up there. But I remember transitioning up there and I've actually moved to New York twice. I stayed up there the first, I think, 5-6 years. Then something happened. Something happened, and then I ended up moving back down here. No, I had my daughter in 2012. So, and then we moved down here. We stayed here for like a year. And then things didn't work out. We moved back up there. But the life of New York it's crazy. It's like, it's fast paced, like nonstop. Rain, snow, it don't matter. Hot, you name the what, you know, the like the condition. You always undergo.
Wow.
You know, and the fashion, crazy fashion. You already know that. We get everything first.
Yeah.
As far as like working wise, man, you always out there hustling.
Yeah.
Whether we was like during the summertime, my cousin and I and my boys, we out there in the, you know, like playing basketball. We out there with a cooler full of water, Gatorades, and we selling them.
Dang.
We out there having fun, but we out there making money.
Wow.
You know, I mean, it's just a different lifestyle, but you don't need a whole lot of money to go up there.
Nah?
Nah, I don't think so, man. You could get on the Greyhound, man, for like $100. I mean, it's going to take you 24 hours, but you know, you go out there with $1,200, like $2,000. I mean, you won't be able to do a whole lot, but you're going to be able to, you know, do the free things.
Yeah.
You know, visit Times Square, you know, whatever it is. You know, I mean, it's not, I mean, of course, the cost of living out there is double, if not more. It's like 3 times than down here, but, you know.
So, dang, so I'm assuming it's very cold, like in the wintertime.
Oh, the wintertime, man. We say it's brick.
Yeah?
Yeah, dude, it gets brick out there. Like,
well, what's brick? I don't know.
Brick is it's basically we saying that it's hard. It's like brick is a stone,
yeah,
so it's like it's like cold.
Oh, cold. Okay,
cold. I mean, I've gotten to. Let me see. There was one winter. This was a fun. This is funny. 2019. I think 2019 or 2010. It was one of the worst blizzards we had in history. And my brother-in-law and I, we getting ready to go to work because we used to work like at 4 a.m. at this factory. We used to make boxes, and it's we got the snow, like it was a snow day. It's like it was a storm. It was a blizzard, should I say? And we woke up like it was like 4 o'clock in the morning. We out there. We're like, you know what? We got to shovel the snow so we get the car out. Kid you not. 3 hours later, dude, we sat in the car and ate our lunch and went back in the house. We couldn't go nowhere, Mark.
Wow.
Nowhere. Like, we get those snows, you snowed in, you snowed in. Yeah. But overall, it's always opportunity. See what I mean?
Yeah.
Just because it's snowing doesn't mean that you have kids walking around the block shoveling snows, making $20.
Wow.
See what I mean? So it's always opportunity out there. Like you have to be able to want to get it.
Yeah.
So there's no excuses like, oh, you know what, man, it snowed in. We just gonna sit around the house and do nothing, watch TV. Nah. There's money to be made.
There's ought to be money.
It's taxi. If the bus is not running, guess what?
The taxi.
Man, I trust somebody like $100 take them from here to the airport.
Wow. Dang.
You always got to be in a hustle. That's the lifestyle out there, you know?
Yeah. And is it true, I guess, when it gets so cold, you gotta like when you about to go in your car, you gotta like let it run for a couple minutes?
Yeah. Majority of the people out there, like they'll have like remote starters. So therefore you don't have to go outside and start the car. But if you don't, you start the car and let it run for like a good 10 minutes. So, I know people down in Florida, they don't believe in warming up their car.
Yeah.
Which technically you don't need to.
Yeah. Well, I mean, for newer vehicles,
vehicle, as long as just like you're going like less than like 30 miles for like the first 5 miles, something like that.
Yeah.
But New York,
Yeah, you gotta let that thing. And even too, I still let my car run for a little while before I pull off, because it's been times like I'm in a rush and I'll go and I can feel like the difference. It's like, I don't know. It's just, but I just let it run anyway.
Yeah.
But that's what's dope, man. And I'm assuming you've been on the subway or the.
Oh man, the subways. You get lost in the subway.
Yeah. Is it like so many routes? I'm assuming like.
So many trains.
That's a lot of trains. Yeah.
There's a lot of trains, but once you understand the different routes and where you're trying to get to, it's basic math.
Oh, okay.
It's basic math. Because like in Manhattan, like we call it a city. You know, tourists, they call it Manhattan.
Okay.
Nobody up there say Manhattan. It's a city.
Okay. my black butt go up there and be like, hey, you guys want to Manhattan?
Right.
He ain't from around here. It's the city. You mean
it's
the city?
So it's like the trains usually, run from north to south, east and west. Like like it's the streets in Manhattan are like up and down.
Okay.
Up and down. Like opposed to like New York, I'm not but Brooklyn or Queens, where they zigzags. So you better off staying in the city than to be like in the Bronx or in Brooklyn or in Queens somewhere.
Yeah.
Staten Island, I don't do Staten Island. No offense. It's just too far out. Man.
Yeah.
You got to get on a ferry or you got to go around the George Washington Bridge and too much.
And the food, man, like I know they got some wannabe, no offense to the lunches or the people that make food down here in Florida, Miami, but heard the food is exquisite, like the pizza and all of that in New York, pizza. Son.
Man, the pizzas, man.
Yeah?
There's so much pizza spots out there that's open 24/7 around the clock, dude.
Wow.
There's some particular joint that was on, I think it was on Franklin. It was on Franklin or something. It was open 24 hours. We'll come out from like my cousin and I, and a few of come from the city, going home. We got to stop there and then $1 a slice.
Wow.
I mean, dude, it'd be like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and it's lined up, 20 people in the line.
Wow.
And it'd be brick outside, and we out here like, nah, we gotta get this pizza. We gotta get this pizza.
And I'm assuming the slices is huge.
Not really. They're not like big slices. I mean, there's some places that do sell, the big slices of pieces, but not. Majority of those, just regular slices.
Like
It's just thin. You know what I mean? They're known for like that thin and. But
okay,
good though.
Good, yeah. All right, so if you had to, if like money wasn't an issue, which would you prefer to stay in, Miami or New York?
Man, if those were only my two choices, I would have to pick New York.
New York.
I mean, I was raised out here. I mean, I'm Miami bred. You know what I mean? I'm from down here, Florida City. But New York is a different vibe. It's one of the cities that I've lived in. I've lived in several other cities besides that, besides New York or Miami, and you don't really need a vehicle.
That's a good thing.
That's a plus. That's like, that's a plus.
Yeah.
Like the trains, the buses, they run 24/7. Of course, after a certain time, then they come like every half an hour, but they still running. Yeah. Dude, I probably caught like buses down there maybe a couple of times.
Wow.
So I wouldn't even know what bus to catch to go to the airport.
Dang.
Down here in Miami.
It's
You
it's
know what I
crazy.
mean?
It's crazy in Miami.
So it's a different vibe, you know. It's I mean, it's expensive, but overall, I would pick it. But I'm down here in Miami, you know.
For sure. All
But,
right, man. And so you're a chef. you be doing your thing. For y'all don't know, man's be cooking up. My man's be up in that thing, you know. So, man, like, what type of food are you specialize in as far as like as doing the chef thing?
Well, first of all, this wasn't my plan to cook.
Yeah.
You know, I don't really like the word chef.
Okay.
Like
my
that.
bad. What's the correct term you would?
I'm just a passionate dude that likes to cook.
Facts.
But of course, you know, over the years I've held some gigs, you know, where I ran restaurants, you know. But I'm a pescatarian. That's the funny thing about it.
Yeah.
So I don't eat meat. You know,
but you're around it, like
I'm around it. I'm around you name it.
Dang.
You know, I'm mainly into, you know, eating fish.
Yeah.
You know, but I've cooked from, you name it. I've worked at down in New York, up in New York actually. I work at this place called Del Fresco Steakhouse, where it was a steakhouse. You know, we doing like 2,400 people a night, dude. And we out here cooking steaks. You know, we're boiling steaks, and people was like, yo, around this, you don't eat this? I'm like, but how do you know it's well seasoned in this? I'm like, after years of doing it, you know. If I have to pick my favorite dish, I don't really have one. I'm not. I can't even tell you because it's so much out there. You know, it's endless. It's endless. But when it comes to cooking, one of the things I can give people when it comes to cook, I don't like if you're a cook and I'm a cook or you're a chef, I'm a chef, right? Mm-hmm. My ingredients and your ingredients, your taste buds is different from mine. Mm-hmm. You know, so don't ever let somebody put you down saying this doesn't taste right or it doesn't look good or whatever subjective. It is, because it's up to it's how you want it to be. It's how you want to present it. You know what I mean? And I mean, you get that. Of course, you're going to get criticism. Yeah. You know, you might take it bad, you might take it good. It all depends who you are. Mm-hmm. And I'm a person, dude. I walk up with my chest up high. There's nothing that you can say or do to me to keep me down. Like, it does not work with me.
Facts.
And that's one of the things about me, man. Like, you know, I don't have a favorite food. Like, I don't. But I get customers that, you know, they'll come in, hey, can you... Most of the time, we don't even have it on the menu. Like, oh, you get these vegetarians that come in or these vegans that come in, and they want X, Y, and Z, and I don't have it. And I have to be creative. Like whether it was a veggie pasta, whether it was they wanted something extra with they bring in their own lobster or their own catch, whatever the case is. They want something out of the ordinary.
Yeah.
And
make it happen.
Make it happen.
Wow.
At the end of the day, it's customer satisfaction.
Man, that's skill right there. Yeah, man. But I got this snapper, man, but I'm a can you do? Yeah. Bro. Fire, bro. And so I was gonna get to that. So you're a pescatarian.
I'm a pescatarian.
So for the people who don't know, what is that? What is a pescatarian? Like what does the diet consist of?
Basically a pescatarian is you just eat seafood.
But
I'm one of those picky pescatarians because I don't eat like the scallops.
Yeah.
The calamaris and these exotic seafood. I don't eat them.
Yeah.
I mean, I just focus on fish.
On the fish.
And one particular fish is mainly like snappers.
Was it because I'm not really too... So I know you have the yellowtail snapper, and then there was another type of snapper too, right?
There's about... I think it's about 32 different species of snappers. So maybe even 31 or 32 different.
I know the common one is the
most common ones. There's red snappers, there's queen snappers. There's And
so many of them.
Yeah. I couldn't even tell you on top of my head right now. Man. There's so many of them. But the most common one is a yellowtail snapper.
Yellowtail.
Yeah.
Okay. Man, so with that being said, so pescatarian, so you mainly eat fish. Don't eat pork.
Don't eat pork.
Don't eat red meat.
Don't eat red meat.
You eat chicken?
I don't eat chicken.
Don't eat chicken either.
Don't eat chicken at all.
Man, bruh. Bro, and I told you this a while back. I'm like, boy, I really want to get to that level, but man, growing up in our household,
you gotta eat the pork.
You gotta whatever is fixed, you gotta eat it. You get accustomed to eating that, and then as you grow into your ways, it's kind of hard to kind of break that type of diet.
But I wasn't always a pescatarian, believe it or not. At one time, I used to eat chicken, nothing but chicken. See, I never had red meat. When it was cooked at the house, I just ain't eat. I eat, whatever it was cooked with, whether it was vegetables or rice, whatever my chances are. Grew up in a Haitian household, it was rice. And I would never eat meat, never ate pork, And
that's good, man.
And just over the years, just got to take care of yourself. Yeah. I mean, dude, I want to look young for as long as possible.
Yeah.
Maybe for the next 200 years.
Yeah, for real, bro. And before I forget, we're going to get back to the diet. I was supposed to say this at the beginning. I know y'all ain't used to see me rocking the bald head, right?
I wanted to say something in the beginning. But let me go ahead and just...
That's why I'm going to say it on the podcast. So, yesterday, me and a couple of dudes I went to school with, we went to a place called Top Golf. And I'm like, well, it's time for a haircut. So I cut my own hair now because it got to a point where, man, getting a haircut is expensive.
I do my own shape up. Yeah. Bought me a $35 clippers.
Yeah, man. Yes. And shout out to my man Oscar. I said in another episode, I ain't mad at you. It's just, man, $25 is a lot to me, man. Like, that's a lot to me.
$20 for a shape up, son.
Yeah, man.
That's crazy.
I remember back in...
I'm going bald already, but I still got my hair.
Yeah, got you.
Shape up $20. I'm like, and you got to tip them, of course.
You got to tip them, and bro. And it's like, man, I remember back in the day. Of course, it's back in the day. We always say back in the day, but $10, $5, $10 haircut.
Man, you get $3 for a shape up.
Yeah,
$3 for a shape up, man. Like, of course, you give them $5, you get $2 tip.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I'm like, it's like $15, $20.
I feel like I'm going to the hair, like I'm a female. I'm going to the hair salon, and I'm like,
and then most of these guys now, you have to make an appointment.
Yeah, you got to make an appointment.
And then I'm like,
can't even walk in no more. It's like, oh, no, I'm full, bro. You gotta make an appointment. And it's like, bro, but I know you for like 10. So I'm like, man, it's time for me to cut my hair. And I hate to cut my hair. It takes so long because I gotta cut it, and then the lineup is the worst.
Yeah.
So I'm lining my John up. I'm lining it up. And it came out good. I'm like, all right, I'm good. But then I noticed, I'm looking in the mirror for the final result. I'm like, so this side got to go up a little bit. Me, man, I should have just left it alone. I'm going up on it, tapping up. I look, next thing I know, my lineup like this now. I'm like, oh, man. So I'm like, all right, so I'm tapping this side up. And before you know it, my junk looking like up here. And I'm like... So I had to cut it off, dog. I'm like, whatever, bro. I'm old enough. If it was 10 years ago, I'm like, I gotta rock a hat.
But it looks good on you, man.
I appreciate it, man. Nobody said nothing bad. Yeah, I was at work all day. Everybody felt like, hey, he look different.
Yeah. You look, what you do?
Yeah, what you do? So
man, it looks good on you, man. Boy, you know what? Just cut the whole thing off, man.
Yeah. That's why I'm looking like, man, I should rock this.
I'll be rocking this soon.
Yeah.
By next year.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, so back to the pescatarian, man. So, man, my dream, and it ain't even a dream, it's just you got to put in hard work like anything in life. If I want to get to that level of eating, or at least close to it, I ain't gonna say I'm gonna probably cut out chicken, but definitely I want to cut out red meat because that junk takes forever to digest.
About 7 days, I believe.
Yeah. So I definitely want to, stop eating red meat. Chicken, not too much. I want to lay off on the meat like that, but definitely stop eating red meat. I don't eat shrimp. I don't eat lobster. I don't eat none of that. But I'll eat fish, but I'm not a big fish fan. But I'll start or whatever and eating just loads of vegetables and because it's at the end of the day. How you eat is pretty much based off how many years you could tack onto your life, or you could take off from your life.
Exactly.
How many people nowadays, so many chemicals and stuff that's in the foods, man, it's causing all type of cancers and
all type of disease, all not type just of cancer.
It's all type brain aneurysms, heart, clogged arteries, all of that stuff because of the way we eat. You know, and it's like, hey man, I really want to change that.
One of the biggest thing is is self-discipline. You know, because once you have that self-discipline, man, dude, it's hard. I'm not gonna tell you it's easy. It's hard because sometimes, and especially you're a meat eater. You know, having to transition from having to eat steak and whatever it is, pork, to just eating seafood or cutting it back. It's a day at a time.
Yeah.
If you used to eat it like 4 times a week, cut it back to just 3.
Yeah.
Or 2. Before you know it, you're on your way.
Man, the thing is, I stopped eating pork years ago. I probably want to say like 3 years ago, 3-4 years ago. I just stopped eating pork, and that wasn't even hard for me.
Okay,
but I know what's gonna be hard for me is that red meat.
That red meat.
That red meat. I'm just like steak,
filet mignon, that ribeye,
the ribeye, all that. It's like and I don't even eat that a lot, but it's like you get the craving for it. That's where the discipline come in. It's dang, But I'll definitely get there. And so what's the health benefits of being a pescatarian?
Well, for me, personally,
well, what do you think?
For myself, I can say that I don't get sick a whole lot.
Facts.
I got sick a couple of months ago, and I thought I had this Rona. That was going around at the time, and actually took 3 days off work, and it was just a cold. It was just I got tested, it came back negative, and I probably get sick once every couple of years, and it'll be when I get sick, man, I get sick I'm a baby. Yeah.
I think that's all men, bro. We just be trying to act tough. I know when I get sick.
When I get sick, man, my lady was at the house making all types of homemade remedies for me, man. I mean, I was choking on everything that she made, and finally, the day I was set free, and I didn't eat because you have no appetite. I had no appetite.
Yeah,
but I mean, that's the benefit for me. For everybody else, it could be something different. I have guys out of my age right now, our age, and they're like diabetics, and they're having heart problems, and these are guys that we went to school with.
Yeah.
And I mean, thank God that I don't have I tell people, the sooner you start disciplining yourself to eat healthy, live a healthy lifestyle. When you get older, you don't have to you know what, I'm gonna cut back on this. No, why don't start when you young? Why don't you start young?
Yeah.
I my kids, my daughter. She's always been, since day one, she's always been organic.
That's good, man.
And yes, she gets cold a lot. She's always around kids, but she doesn't get sick.
Yeah.
To where she's hospitalized.
Yeah.
And that's the same thing with my son. So it's something that you gotta, because right now, man, the world, what's going on in this world right now? Some of us don't want to believe it, but man, we're eating trash.
Yes.
We're eating trash.
Yes.
Trash.
Yes. And speaking on eating trash and you don't feel too good, and we already had this conversation a while back. Now you're going into the doctor's office, and they prescribing you all type of,
medicine.
Matter of fact, I got a story too before I jump on this. So I remember my wife had a earache.
Okay.
Like an earache. So I took her over here to Jackson South over here on 152nd and US 1. That's Jackson South? Yeah, Jackson South. Went in there for a simple earache. It was really bothering her. So we go in. She go see the doctor. They weigh up and take blood, and not take blood, take the pulse. And all of that. Yeah. So how do you feel? What's going on? Oh, I just have an earache and it just won't go away, And it was like, okay. They had made her pee in a cup. They tested it. Then they took blood from her, tested it. Then they come back and say, we don't know what's going on, so we want to do an X-ray. And at this time, we didn't have health insurance. So it's I just see that they're just tacking on things for a simple earache. And then I had to stop. I'm like, hey, all right, that's enough. No. We just came in. It's just an earache. I know you gotta probably do your little test or whatever, but why you getting into X-rays?
X-ray. Why X-ray?
That's a lot of money. It's like no. So she was like, so we just suggest you to just stop eating pork. She don't eat pork. We haven't eaten pork in years. We don't eat pork. So they prescribe sometimes because they didn't even know. They didn't even know. They just prescribe you this, and it worked. Whatever. I guess they figured it out. I don't know, but they wanted to go through all these procedures and to keep taking it to the next level. I'm like, no, stop.
Doctors they're legalized drug dealers.
Man, I tell my colleague, one of the colleagues I speak at work with him, I tell them all the time, man, they legalize drugs, they legalize dope boys.
Yeah.
They got a right and authority to write it up. And it's to a point now, man, that the doctors is so I did a focus group, and in this focus group, this guy was suing his company because he sells he goes around and sells different I think like asthma machines or something like that, or the medicines. So you got these companies that go around and to try to persuade a doctor to, hey, write this, use this medicine. If you sell enough, we'll give you 10% or a percentage of this. So if you got that salesman, you got many other ones too that's going to these doctors trying to sell their that medicine. And it's to a point now like the doctors is just prescribing. I ain't saying every doctor is, but corruption is real. And it no matter what field you're in.
Majority of them.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's like, oh man, if I write 5 prescriptions, that's
money in the bank for them.
That's money in the bank, bro.
That's money in the bank.
What do you feel about that, man? About like that type of, and I even see like the older people, man, especially like they don't know no better. So they got this big old long pill thingy, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And it's like 7 in there a piece. And they got big horse pills. And it's just 7 different pills for like every day. And this pill is affecting this. And then that pill is affecting this. And then
not to mention, each one of those pills has a side effect.
It has a side effect, bro.
And the side effect might not be today. Years from now. We start growing that third leg.
That third leg, right? It's like, where that come from? Yeah, it's probably coming from that big horse yellow pill that you was taking.
But I have to completely agree with you, man. Like, my daughter, she's 9 now, and I remember we was in New York at the time, and she started like developing she was 1, and she started having like order, it was like 1-year-old. Yeah. Little hair in the arm. I mean, like this is not normal.
Yeah.
So we go to the doctor, and then I remember the lady came in, and I forgot her name, but she was like, "Oh, well, we can like prescribe you a few things and to see if it works. If it works.
That's what I'm saying.
At the time, her mother, she was like, if it works, she's like, no. We'll deal with it. And come to find out, the milk.
Oh, it's from the milk.
Because at 1-year-old, you're supposed to start giving them whole milk.
Yeah.
And my daughter can't drink milk, so we stop all that. We changed a whole diet. Like everything was organic. It was either Whole Food or Trader Joe's. Yeah, it's expensive, but
yeah.
I mean, even the organic things are getting out now, it's not really organic.
Yeah, of course.
But it's organic when you plant it in your backyard and where, with chemicals and the stuff that you put in there. Other than that, man, it's a do or die, what we used to call it back in the days.
It's a do or die. To do or die. For real, man. So yeah, man, that's one of those careers, or not say career, one of those areas though that I do not trust, bro. Just even stepping in the hospital, I just be like, bro, this is so structured. Look at this, like, and I did not structured in a good way. It's like, well, look at this, look at these politics. Like you can just see it. You
see it. Like 2 years ago, my son, he was born. No, 3 years ago. Do this 3 now. He was born in, he was born overseas. So I come back into the country and I'm like, man, I didn't get no sleep for like 3 days. And I had like the biggest headache, dude. I'm like, dude, this headache is not going away. Get checked in the hospital. They run some tests. They can't find nothing. So doctor comes, one of the physicians comes in and he's like, oh, we can't find anything, so we're gonna have to draw some fluid to your spine.
Oh man.
I was like, what? To my who? I was like, nah. He was like, well, you have a right to say no. I say,
no.
No. I'm like, yeah, I'll go ahead and deal with this headache.
Yeah.
Come back with a needle like nah. Man. My spine, no.
Yeah.
No. They always want to go the extra mile. I mean, and I can't put my faith in them. I can't trust them.
It's like you're a test subject. Oh yeah, let's see if this works. You ain't finna experiment on me. No. I just came for a headache, dog, and you talking about spine
my
and
spine.
let me put this needle in you this long and
it's supposed to be a liquid that some liquid they're gonna be able to find. I say, well, you can find that liquid. I'll take a pill. Say, you won't find that liquid,
man, bro, for real. So I feel, and it, it's just my opinion. I feel is what we were talking about earlier. If you eat good, if you have a decent diet, discipline, eat good, exercise.
Yeah,
you shouldn't be going to the hospital if you're eating good and you're exercising.
I mean, you could go to the hospital for annual exam.
I'm just saying for like the norm nowadays.
Of course, you should. I mean, as long as you're eating right, exercise. I mean, I haven't exercised in years. People look at me like, oh.
Now, I'm about to say, well, you still,
man, that was back then. Yeah. You know me, I was in the gym 24/7. I remember, man, Sean, one of my boys, Sean, we was in the gym like every day. He was playing basketball, but I was lifting weights. But man, as long as you're eating right, it's just like I said. It's that you got to be motivated.
Yeah,
and you got to have that discipline. Like whatever time, whether you got to find some type of boundaries, with your health, because something happened.
Yeah,
we only get one life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You only get one life, Mark. Believe it or not.
That's true.
People don't think that. You get one life.
Yeah. And not only that, you get that one time. You don't want to get hit with that devastation. And this sorry for anyone who has this, is like you hit the doctor and he's like, oh, you got cancer. And it's like, oh, damn. Like, that junk is scary. And it's like, it hurts. It's like, man, what the?
Man, cancer is, man. Actually, I'm going through it right now with a close relative right now. And and like I said, dude, it's what you put in your body.
What you put in your body, man, yeah.
Because, man, I remember growing up, I didn't even know what cancer was. Never heard of it.
Yeah.
I remember living in a little city, 8, 9, 10 years old. They never heard of cancer until I got to I think high school.
Yeah.
I think freshman year I started learning about cancer. And now it's like it's types of cancer.
It's so many. And the scary part is that they don't know it. They might, this is new.
Yeah.
Well, we don't have nothing for this. Now they got to experiment you free, and you got no choice but to let them, because otherwise you're going to be going through pain. And it's like, so that scares me, and that motivates me to every day I'm like, I got to eat. I got to watch what I'm eating. I'm going to start by exercising, and bro, that junk scares the living crap out of me too, for real.
You're not the only one, man.
Bro, so that's my motivation. It's like, man, I gotta get it, dude. And that should be everybody's motivation. Your health, man. And you know how many rich people it is out here that has health problems, and their money can do nothing for them.
Nothing.
They're just in constant pain, and they got millions and millions of dollars, and it's like they
can't do nothing.
Can't do nothing with it.
Because money can't buy your happiness.
That's it,
and that's
man.
facts.
Yeah.
You have millionaires, billionaires, you name it. And once that time comes,
yeah.
I don't know what the future holds for me, but I want to go old age.
Yeah, of course, man.
You know what I mean?
Without health complications. You know what I'm saying?
Just be on the bed like this.
Right, for real, man. I know somebody beat you, somewhere out of the country, somewhere just be able to walk and move and bend. And, I got a lot of family members. I see them, they be getting up, they be,
and then the early 50s.
Early 50s. Like, it sound like an old car trying to crank up. Man. So, bro, what do you think about, so we're gonna get into the controversy, dog. And I know a lot of people ain't gonna like this, But like I say, I do this podcast to help people, man. Like for real, because a lot of us came from the struggle. Exit 1, Florida City. You know what I'm saying? Leisure City, Rancher, Goose, around like whatever. Like it's hoods out there. You know what I'm saying? And it's tough. And but what do you think about like the lifestyle of living like government assistance, Section 8-ish, food stamps? I know personally, there's nothing wrong with it. A lot of, some people go through hard times. Some people like really go through hard times, and it is for, like the word says, assistance. But there's people that depend on it. It's like they live on it.
I was just about to say that's the difference.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't judge.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I have family members that are on that.
Same.
You know? But like you said, it's an assistment. Like it's for me. It's for you to find a way out. You know, and I think a lot of us, and I'm gonna say a lot of us, like black people, we depend on it. You know, we make it a everyday or a lifestyle for us. You know, and I think it's sad. You know, I mean, you should know like you're worth more than that. Yeah. You know, like I'm a person like I'm gonna go get it. Yeah. You know, I mean, during the pandemic, I sat home for like five. I think I told you. Yeah. I was home for like 5-6 months, and I just moved in too. Yeah. Remember?
I remember.
I moved in the house at March 19th, and I was laid off March 20th.
Yeah.
Oh damn! Though I was sleeping on the airbed. I was like, "Yo, I just moved in here like literally like yesterday." Yeah. And I got laid off. Sat home for 5 months, and my cousin's like, "Man, you should apply for food stamp." I'm like, "No, cause I got a little money saved up, you know." Yeah. Cause you remember one of the things they taught you, they taught us as a kid, always save for 3 months. Yeah. For a rainy day. Yeah. And I had a couple of change in the bank. I wasn't doing big purchases. Yeah. At the time, I didn't have my son with me. And I'm just solo in the house. And I'm like, man, I need to find a job. I was applying, but no one was really hiring. Yeah. And I remember I applied for my cousin, Dolores. We applied for food stamp. And they gave me, I think they gave me like 180 or something like that. And I was like, yo, that's free money. But I'm like, 180? Man, you go to the supermarket, man, 180 is gone in like that. Like that. And that's supposed to be a month? I'm like, man, I can't live off that, man. Yeah. I'm like, nah. I got to get up, go do something. Yeah. Hit up Amazon. I was on that Amazon, not Prime. It's a shopping thing they do. I forgot what it's called.
Oh, it's like you go and
it's at a Whole Food and you shop for the customer.
Shop for the customer. Yeah.
I did that. Yeah. I did that for like a good solid, like, I think like 4 or 5 weeks. And I still trying to claim my unemployment. Still wasn't coming in.
Yeah. I remember.
Till right now, I'm still looking for my unemployment.
Dang.
Still looking for it. Yeah. So, me personally, I think like we could do better.
Of course.
We could do better. Because like the Lord, when we start lowering ourselves to a standard to where we start depending on people, we have no respect.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, think about it, dog. If you come to me, if I'm living with you, and I say, yo, Marc, I'm gonna sleep in your couch for a couple of weeks, man. I just need some place to stay for a couple of weeks. A month go by. 2 months go by. I'm on your couch. You have guests over, and they're like, what's up with you? Yeah. What's up with this dude, man? He's just on your couch. Yeah. To me though, that's embarrassing. So when are we going to take that responsibility? To educate ourselves, to do better, to be an example for our kids and for the next generation. Yeah. So I remember a couple of years ago, still up north in New York, in the projects, and these projects are like skyscrapers. Yeah. Talking about like 20 stories high. And I remember the Bear's uncle, my daughter's uncle, he was going through his time, whatnot, and he needed public assistance, and he got it. And I remember going up the elevator, and I remember I this young kid, he was in his 20s, And he was like, he's like, oh, y'all just moved in here, huh? I didn't say nothing, and my brother-in-law, he could say, and he was like, oh, yeah, I just moved here like a month ago. He's like, oh, yeah, because I've been here for 26 years, and I ain't never seen y'all here before. And in my mind, and I'm like, I look at this, Puerto Rican brother, because he like my complexion.
Yeah.
But he could tell he's Hispanic. I'm like, dude, and you have no shame to say for 26 years you've been in this apartment and you ain't, like, for 26 years?
Mm-hmm.
So basically, this dude was born in the project.
Yeah.
And he's still in the project.
Stayed.
I'm like, man, what are you gonna, like, it's supposed to be a, like, all right, I'm going through a time right now. I need this for 3 or 4 months, whatever. Maybe a year.
Mm-hmm.
But after a year, try to help yourself,
Exactly.
And I see it, and I mean, it's not enough words. You can, it just brings tears to your eyes so many times, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just, it's sad.
Yeah. Bro, I totally agree. And yeah, man, it's like, I see it every day, man. Like, when I was going through my issues with my old drinking and alcohol and all of that, and court case and gun charge here, whatever.
I got those calls. I was up north, man.
Yeah, I mean, like, man, what Marc is doing now? Man, well, you all right, but
man.
But that was one of a part of my life. It was like, man, it was tough, And that's probably the only government assistance that I ever got with that was unemployment, really.
Yeah.
But thank God I had a dad that, that cared for me or whatever. But when I got back on my feet, I started working at Macy's part-time. I just wanted to work. I'm like, man, I'm just thankful that I'm able to work. I beat this charge. And
I remember you was Macy's.
Man, yeah, I'm like, man, they were like, oh, overnight you get this much an hour. Overnight, it's only part-time. I'll take it. Let's go. Because I know I ain't going to be here for long.
Exactly.
And I just started working there, and I met a couple people, and I met this one guy. And we became tight or whatever, and we were talking or whatever. So I split off. I started doing insurance, which I'm doing now. And he split off, and we kind of stopped talking. And I called him the other day, and he was like, yeah, man, I'm back at Macy's, right? And I'm like, what you doing? You going backwards? What happened? He's like, man, the job, and something happened with his job or whatever, but he went back to Macy's. I'm just like, no, like, you can't go, and I'm not judging or whatever. I'm just like, damn, you can't go backwards. And that's how I look at it with the government assistance. It's like, it's it's all about discipline. It's like, you got to work hard to get what you need. If you want a house, you're not gonna get that by being on the section.
By praying for it. I mean, you can pray for it, but you got to be doing something with the prayer.
And that too, faith without works, So,
Exactly.
yeah, you can't just, and I know a lot of people like that too. I pray, I go to church every Sunday, and it's like, but you got to work. It's hard work. Matter of fact, it says it in, I know a lot of people don't believe in the Bible or whatever, but it says it in Genesis at the beginning when, Adam and Eve ate the fruit and God cursed the land. He says, man has to work till the sweat drops from his brow. That goes for everybody. It's not just for the people that don't believe. It's not for the people that's for everybody. Hard work. You gotta work from the day you can to pretty much the day you die. You gotta work hard.
You gotta work hard. I mean, I have a different approach on that. Like, I approach that differently. I always tell people you gotta work smart.
Of course.
You know what I mean? You gotta work smart.
Yeah, of course.
You gotta work hard, but smart, in a smart way. I'm not going to be doing a $15, $20 job where my rent is $1,500, car payment is like $400, car insurance is like another $200. I got to pay my electricity, water, kids, and all that. I can't.
Yeah, of course.
But if it's what I have right now, at the time, then I will do it.
Yeah,
but later on, and for like 4 months, or when when I'm able to, something opportunity come, I'm gonna jump on there.
Yeah,
I mean, dude, I have self pride. Like, a lot of people don't really. I don't, like I said, I don't really come out, and people don't really know much about me. I'm a person like, me because we grew up together. And I'm very conservative. Like, I'm very. I mean, I'm laid back, I'm chill and all that, but at the same time, I'm not good at giving advice, and I'm not even good at taking advice because I've already made up my mind as a child that what I want in life and how I want to pursue my life and what I, and how to get it.
Yeah.
And making excuses, depending on people.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I can't do it. I can't.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, we all need help. If I let you, Mark, I need a couple of dollars.
Gotcha.
Till next Friday. All right, cool.
Gotcha.
But dog, if I come to you every week and ask you for $20, I'm not trying to help myself, man.
Yeah. Facts.
So in order for me to help you, you have to be willing to help yourself.
Gotta help yourself first.
You know how many young guys come out, they looking for a job, and I'm like, all right, cool. I'll call some of them like, yeah, you want a job? Oh, no, man, I don't feel like working right now. No. I'm like, you don't feel like working right now? All right. All right, that's cool.
For real, man.
That's cool.
For real. Yeah, man, I definitely, hard work. Like, I go cruising with my wife a lot. And I don't just cruise just to cruise. I drive through very nice neighborhoods. Very nice neighborhoods. And I'm like, man, I want one of these. Like, I want to live like this. But I know and that's going to take me to the next topic. But I know I have to change my mindset. I can't be working for somebody. If I'm working for somebody, I can't live like this.
Exactly.
So I got to change my mindset. I have to go to that next level, which is going to happen. And I'm always
I
thinking,
like that. It's going to happen.
Yeah, it's going to happen. Of course, man. You got to speak affirmations to yourself. You got to know. You got to like demand that. And and I just think about that all the time. Like, if I'm on a free time, if I ain't doing a podcast, if I'm at work, I ain't just chilling, man. I'm thinking of ways like, oh man, let me see what I could do. I want to see how I can hustle up. Now I know bad hustle up, but like, man, I want to like start this to see if it'll work. Let me dibble in this, see if that'll work. I want to find my way so that way when I do find something and capitalize off of it, I'm good. I work for myself.
Exactly.
And I could, hire other people and then motivate them to do better. Because like I say, everything that I do, I try to help other people.
Exactly.
I just had, shout out to my boy T-Boy, I was on the phone with him, this is my cousin, the other day. And he just got out of prison doing I think 5 years or whatever. And he's trying. He's like, man, I'm doing my car wash thing. I'm trying to, his background prevents him from getting a lot of jobs.
Yeah.
And I know how it is. I know that struggle, So my heart went out to him. I'm just like, bruh, when I get paid next time, I'm going to shoot you 200.
Yeah.
Because I know how this world is, bro. Nobody's going to give you nothing. They're going to tell you, bro, get it. Everybody needs help. Everybody make mistakes. If I see you trying to change, bro, I'm all in. Well, if I could afford it and if I could give it to you, bro, I'm all in. As long as you're gonna take that and do something with it.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why I'm doing this podcast. It's just to help anybody that's trying to get out the struggle, anybody that's trying to change that mindset. My opinions don't matter, your opinions don't matter. But if there's something somebody can grab out of it, grab it and levitate.
And I'm not nowhere near where I want to be at in life, dude. I mean, I'm still, believe it or not, I'm still working for somebody.
Yeah.
But guess what, though? They paying me.
Yeah. For sure.
They paying me.
For sure.
I can only say they paying me.
Yeah, for sure.
And like you said, it's if you need help, we all need help.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We all need help. If I know a shortcut of how, to make a certain meal, you know what I mean? I'm going to teach you.
Yeah.
Don't expect me to feed you every day. I'm going to teach you how to cook.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And some people don't want to be taught.
Yeah.
They want to be in that receiving end 24/7.
Yeah.
And that's when it goes back to the public assistant.
Exactly.
See what I mean?
Exactly. And believe it or not, it's like in the mindset. It's like, oh, if this don't work, I go back to government assistance. It's like a crutch. It's like a crutch. You know what I'm saying? I remember when I got fired from one of my security jobs a while back, and I was on unemployment twice. And when I went to the library to do it, I looked at it, I'm like, I'm not finna get on this no more. I'm finna get it how I got it. And I got it. You know what I'm saying? I found other ways to make money. I just didn't want to be on that no more. I'm just like, I'm approaching my 30s, dog. I need to be like, I can't be making mistakes. Like, I can't, I gotta get my own. I gotta I'm a man at the end of the day. I'm about to get married and I gotta provide, man.
Exactly.
I gotta, so that's what just pushes me, man. I'm a man first. and my word is bond. My word is important, and I got to stand on something. Like I got to be able to provide on something. I can't put all that on my wife. Mm-hmm. Oh, and you know she's doing my role, and she's taking care of me. It goes back to the sleeping on the couch. No, sir.
It comes in time. I mean, I think for me, my eyes were opened up to, you know, I was never like this, you know, for most of you guys that know me. Yeah. You know, I've always been a, you know, go get it. I've always been, started working, I was like 11 years old, cutting grass, dude. Mm-hmm. And I think my eyes opened up for me to have my daughter. You know, like I did a whole 180 and I was like, I need to provide for her. Mm-hmm. You know, I mean, her happiness means everything to me. Yeah. Now, I'm not going to give her what she wants, but I would give her what she needs.
Yeah.
You know, she's doing good in school. She was student of the month.
Nice.
You know, and I mean, of course, she still got her little struggles, you know. She's in trouble right now. But it's to be self-motivated.
Yeah.
You know, and it's that self-willingness. You just gotta be that. You gotta be hungry.
Yeah.
You know, for those of you guys that go to church, know how you always looking forward to go to church on Sundays? That's that motivation you need to have if you want something in life. You know, you can't want the nice car, but yet being a public assistant is not gonna get you there.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You want to live in a nice house, but yet you're working like, you know, part-time at Danny's, whatever. There's nothing wrong with it, but it's not going to get you there.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta be able to step up that ladder. Yeah. Be on top of the ladder. Mm-hmm. And like, look down and like, look what I did.
Yeah.
Look what I did. Yeah. It's like, you might crumble, you might cripple half of the way, but just don't stop. Don't give up.
Facts. And I'd even take it a step further. Certain jobs are for certain people. Mm-hmm. I'm not sounding bougie or nothing like that, but certain jobs are for certain people. So, not knocking nobody that works at McDonald's, Burger King, Denny's, whatever. But those type of jobs are for kids. People that's in high school,
high school,
college, you know, stuff like that. But if you have kids, you have rent to pay and all of that, you got to get something else. You got to find something that, you know, like you can't.
What's the minimum wage on here now?
I think it's like 8 something or 9 something or something like that.
I thought they changed it to
15. I think September they just changed it to 10, I believe. 9 or 10. It's not at 15. It's going to gradually get to 15. But $9 and I just say even $10 an hour.
Even 15.
Even it's like man, you know, and I am not bougie by no means, but it's like you got to get your priorities straight. You got to want to do better. Like, just got to want to do better. You know? But that's crazy so always keep your eyes open, peel for, you know, better employment opportunities. Mm-hmm. Don't be scared to go out there and get it. Like, you know how many times, you know how many rejections, like after I beat my gun charge, you know how many rejections I got? Oh, no, not.
A lot.
Nope. That didn't discourage me. That just angered me to like, man, I'm finna find something, bro. Because I'm not taking no for an answer. Like I'm going to find something that I could, you know, do. And I found it. And I still keep my eyes open for better employment opportunities. I don't just settle. I want to keep going because, like I say, I drive through these neighborhoods. I look at the parents that have inheritances for their kids. Mm-hmm. I look at these people that have multiple businesses, multiple streams of income, and all of that's going to be for their kids. And you know, and it's like a generation. They're setting up for the generation, not just for now. That's what I want to do. Like I want to have like set up a generation for like, you know, for my kids or for people that I know. I would love to be a source where I have multiple businesses and I can help people. Oh, you need a job? I got you. You need something? I don't care about your background. I got you.
Exactly.
I want to just help people. You know what I'm saying? And that motivates me. It's like, man, like if they got inheritances, why we can't have an inheritance?
Exactly.
Like we're all good at something. Mm-hmm. Why can't we capitalize on that and create businesses for each other?
Instead of tearing each other down.
Tearing each other down and, oh, he tried me, stepped on my drug, I'm going to bust his head open. Really? The guy that created Jordans don't even wear Jordans. You know what I'm saying? That man is on a whole nother level, and
yeah, dude, they be quick to spend $300-$400 on some sneakers. I'm like,
man.
that was back in the day.
Back in the day,
I could do that. But now, man, bro, I have too much kids right now, dude. I can't.
Yeah, man.
I can't.
For real, man.
I can't. I mean, those who can, power to you.
Yeah.
But moi, no. I mean, every now and then you got to treat yourself.
Of course,
you got to treat yourself. But ultimately, man, you just have to be able to go out and get it. You know, you got to go out and get it. And if, you know, I mean, as I remember, you know, as kids, you know, one of the things they always, or teachers always, I remember the Jamaican lady, Miss Green.
Miss Green. Miss Green. Shout out to Miss Green.
Oh, man. We used to be a pain in the butt that lady class,
bro.
man.
Oh, my gosh, bro.
I remember I got suspended first day of school. Bro, I didn't get suspended. I got, what's that thing they used to write on? A referral. Yeah, it was me, Willie Brown, and Marcus Brown.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know what happened. The first day of school, dude. First day of school.
Dang.
And she used to always tell us, if you want something in life, you have to go and get it.
Gotta go get it.
You know, and because she's Jamaican, she's always she's always be on the phone with her mother in Jamaica.
Yeah.
She'd be behind her desk, she on the phone with her mother. My mom will call you back. I'm in class, with the Jamaican accent.
Yeah.
But one of the things they show us, told us, if you want something, you have to go get it.
Gotta get it.
Because nothing is being given.
Nothing is
Nothing is being given.
Facts, bro. Only thing that's being given is these vaccination shots.
Hey, y'all want them? Go get them.
That's the only thing that's being given right now. So I should tell you something. If that's the only thing that's given, that means it's not a good choice to do. But that's neither here nor there.
Vaccination.
Vaccinations, bro. Vaccinations. But we gonna definitely talk about that.
Oh, man.
So how do you feel about good paying employment jobs offered to those who only have connections like with the owner, CEO, the manager, whatever, versus the people that really wants those good paying jobs, but they can't get it because they don't really have the connections? What are your thoughts on that?
All right. So nowadays, like life's like right now, our life, and let me rephrase that. And all their time is no longer what you know, it's who you know.
Ooh.
See what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because a couple of days ago, I was having a conversation with you. I was like, you have to be willing to sell yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And selling yourself is not being a prostitute.
Right?
But
you hear that, females? Nah.
It's about like self-marketing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, know your worth. Like, know what you can do. Don't ever allow somebody to tell, oh, you know what? You're not good enough. Or, you know what? I might not want you in my business, but I guarantee somebody else will.
Yeah.
You know? Present me something. You know what I mean? Always have that positive and make sure that your solution is top of the line.
Top of the line. Yeah.
You know? And of course, there's a lot of favoritism. You know, like if I have good connects, like if I know this guy and he knows somebody that could get me a good job, whatever, of course, it's always going to work that way. But somebody that's trying to work, it's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard out there, but never give up.
Yeah.
Never give up because, man, like I said, I started cutting grass.
Yeah.
I started cutting grass. Yeah. And I've worked in numerous kitchens. I mean, I've been fired. In one particular restaurant, I've been fired like maybe 2 or 3 times. I was fired at this restaurant. Yeah. And I was running that restaurant. Dude. Yeah. I was a chef in the kitchen. Mm-hmm. And people like, yeah, you know how many times I was fired at, such and such restaurant? Like, he was fired? Like, I'm like, yeah, not once, not twice, but like 3 times. And now I'm running it. Yeah. I'm no longer going to work there no more, but, So never give up. Never give up. It's about, it's about you selling yourself. Yeah. Self-marketing. Yeah. Like you gotta be very, you just have to have that drive to want something better. Yeah. Because pretty sure all these millionaires out there, they didn't get to be millionaires in the first shot.
I'm telling you,
look at you. Yeah. I mean, I walk in here, I'm like, yo, and I've known this cat for a minute. Yeah. And I'm like, yo, man, doing it, man. Like, that's what's up, dude. That's man. Love this dude, man. Love this dude.
My man's right here, man.
Love this dude.
I took pictures, and I don't do pictures no more. Like I said in my other episode, I don't do pictures no more. But see, this is my dog. So, you know, his son was having a birthday party. And I'm like, yeah, man, you know, I got you, dog. Yeah. And I went down there, and I went in this place.
Straight from work, man.
Yeah, I was like,
straight from work.
Matter of fact, yeah, I'm not gonna even say that, but let's just say he pulled up in something nice, and I was like, my dog. Well, I'm like, yo, and believe it or not, you know what I'm saying? Like you should always look at if someone around you is doing good. Mm-hmm. Take that as motivation.
Yeah, and not
jealousy. And just take it as motivation. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Be jealous about
jealous,
something, you know?
bro.
Like, oh, this person got this car. Yeah. Or this person live in this house. You know what, man? I'm gonna go rob this. Yeah, like, nah. You know what I mean? Like,
bro, when you pulled up, I'm like, bro. It just motivated me. I'm like, I'm finna do better, man. Like, it just motivated me. I'm like, man, good to see you, man. Nice house. I'm just like, it was just motivation all around. I'm like, bro, this is it. Like, man, I like that.
Appreciate it, man.
Bro, that motivated me that night. So I like got my eyes open again. I'm like, hey, well, I can't be slipping. I got to keep my eyes open, man. And you know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, bro. And
nothing is given in life.
Nothing is given, man.
Is given.
Nothing.
Now, even advice nowadays is not given.
Yeah, man. For real. Man, bro. You got to pay for that.
Oh, you got to pay for that. You got to
go to college to pay for that advice. That's $150,000. You're gonna be in debt. You know what I'm saying?
The whole life.
It's not even like it's even now. Like, you know, like college. I believe back in the day, it was important. Mm-hmm. You know, back in its time, but nowadays,
now is a trade.
Now it's mostly
trades.
Now is a degree. Now is equivalent to like a diploma. Mm-hmm. It's like it's worthless.
I mean, you have to get it.
Yeah. You could get
places, it. You will get paid. You know, you get a bachelor's degrees, which is pretty much nothing.
Yeah,
I know a lot of people that have bachelor's degrees. Yeah, you know, and they ain't making over. They ain't making over 50.
Yeah, for sure. I remember back to the motive. Like, so I remember trying to leave Macy's to find something like just way better. Mm-hmm. And it was to a point. I'm like, you know what? Something got to give. When I tell you I was on Craigslist, dog, and I was at work. I was at Macy's. I had my cell phone in hand. I'm just scrolling down, hiring. So at that time, my limit was $15 an hour. Okay. Back then, I'm like, nah, I need to make at least $15 an hour. Mm-hmm. Got on the phone called this company. Hey, how you doing? My name is Marc. I'm looking for a job. I see that you're hiring. Your flyer on Craigslist. Oh, yes, we're hiring. First question came out of my mouth. Are you guys paying $15 an hour? You know, so many people laugh. Of course not. All right, thank you. Click on to the next one. Hey, my name is Marc. I see that you're hiring on Craigslist. Are you paying $15? No? Oh, you laugh. Okay, thank you. Click. I ain't give him a time of day because I knew my worth at that time. Exactly. I'm like, I'm not going under $15 an hour, bro. I'm just not. And I finally got, insurance. I'm looking. I'm like, ooh, insurance. I've never really sold anything. Yeah. I mean, I've sold some things, but it was,
it wasn't insurance.
It wasn't insurance. So, yeah, that didn't scare me though. I know that'll scare a lot of people. Oh, I never done that, man. I'm ready to jump off the boat. Let's go. Call them and same question.
You got to be willing.
It was like, yeah, there's plenty of opportunity to grow. Mm-hmm. And they liked my confidence. Dude called me in for an interview. And I was sitting in the interview for another job and got the call. And, oh, yeah, this is from, I'm like, oh, hey, what's going on? Can you do an interview tomorrow? I'm like, yeah. Told this dude at the interview I was with, no, you know what? I'm good. I feel this one's going to work. And I went in with such confidence. I got interviewed by two people. Both of them was owners. It was father and son.
Wow.
And I went in. It was Halloween day, too. Everybody dressed up in costumes or whatever.
And you thought it was a joke, huh?
Yeah, I'm just like, what the, man, what's going on here? I went into the interview. We talked numbers. They were like, have you ever sold anything before? I was like,
legally, no.
I was straight up with him. I'm like, yeah, but not insurance, They probably knew what I was talking about. And, we were just talking, and so they was like, they explained the job. Oh, you're going to be selling this. It's not no cold calls. We get out our leads, and you're doing this and you're doing that. I'm like, okay, you have any questions for us? So let's skip the shenanigans. All right, what's the pay? It's this. Huh? Okay, perfect. Do I get PTO? Oh, yeah, you get PTO and SEEK. Oh, yeah, perfect. Oh, when does that start? Oh, it kicks in, I think he said 5 months or something like that.
90 days, I think.
Something like that. I'm like, okay, cool. As long as I got that and I'm off on the weekends, it's weekends off. You can decide if you want to work Saturday, you can. All right, cool. Holidays off with pay. Holidays off with pay. I was hitting them. And most people scared to ask that in interviews. Not me. I guess I was old enough. I'm like, I don't care about all that. I'm just trying to. So I'm like, this sounds like an opportunity for me. So I'm like, so I could put in my 2 weeks notice for my job now. And they looked at each other. It was like, yeah. I was like, okay. And I stood up and put my hand out like, we're going to confirm this. Because I ain't with the whole, we're going to give you a call back. Hey, listen, if you say you're going to give me a call back, I ain't got the job.
Exactly.
I don't want to waste my time.
Exactly.
So I forced myself. I'm like, so I got the job, right? So I started, right? I'm going to put my 2 weeks in, right? It was like, yeah. And he shook my hand.
Sweet.
And it was like, oh, but we have to put you through training, but you have to pay the $200 up front, but we're going to reimburse you. You have to complete a year with us and we'll reimburse that back to you. And that's crazy because I had $200 right in my drawer. I'm like, I'll go home right now. I'm going to bring it. You need it in a money order or whatever. Y'all want cash? Oh, no, cash is fine. Okay. And I went back and gave it to him. And like that confidence, I believe, got me the job.
Exactly.
I ain't going in scared and, I might not get it. Man, I ain't got time for that, man. I need this.
Of course.
So I had
when
that.
You need something, you got to go and get it.
And it was that hunger you were just talking about earlier. I had that hunger. Like, man, I refuse to hear a no. Like, I mean, I had no choice, but you know what? Screw that. I'm going in hard.
You know, I mean, at the end of the day, you know what your
worth is.
Exactly.
Put a worth on your life. I don't care if it's 12 an hour. You know, if you're starting to get back on your feet, just search until you get it. And I'm way past $15 an hour now. I'm good. I'm like, I'm good, man. This is the most money I've ever made in my life. You know what I'm saying? And I'm still going to room to grow with this company. And I just passed this license where you could start your own agency, and I just passed that last year December.
Congratulations!
You know what I'm saying? Thank you. And I know it's just more big things are coming. You know,
exactly.
So it's just like I never stop. It's just keep going. Just keep motivating. Put yourself around motivational people. People that's doing better. You know what I'm saying? That's the key. Like I used to hang around a lot of people that, it ain't no offense to them, but I used to hang around a lot of people that was bringing me down. You know what I'm saying? I was in situations and, you know, it's no excuse or whatever, but change the atmosphere. Change the people that you're around. If people are doing bad, and cut them off. I don't care how long you knew them. Cut them off, because at the end of the day, bro, you want to grow in life. You don't want to stay. You know, kids are gonna come and all that. You want to make more. But yeah, man. So I'm
very proud of this round, brother.
Man,
yeah,
I'm proud of this guy. Hey, man, this guy. Even through my thick and thins, man. And I know I was annoying. I was called drunk or whatever. My man always picked up the phone. My dog, I was like, man, you gonna be good, bro. Like always, dog. And I never forget those days. The only two people, honestly, is my wife, of course, and my dog. Like my dog called me, like I'm picking the phone up. Like it ain't no like whatever, man. Because I remember them times, man. I definitely remember those times.
Man.
Yeah, man.
We history, dude.
History, man. A lot of people don't know, man.
People don't know. And I only have my circle group, man. I could count with one hand.
Yeah.
I mean, no offense, you know. There's a lot of big homies out there, but man, people I stay in contact with throughout the years, only a few of them.
Yeah.
And he's one of them.
For sure, bro. And I appreciate you, boy, for sure, man. So, do you think a lot of these jobs nowadays, I know my little sister, she went through it crazy, working 14 hours, 15 hours a day for a job. Do you think a lot of these jobs, or some of these jobs, and it goes back to working hard, well, to work hard, but work smart too. Do you think a lot of these job hours affect families, keep people away from their families?
Definitely.
I speak about this all the time, dude. Like, be careful where you work at. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how much money it pays you. If that job gonna cost you a divorce, your family, like that's happiness. It's not worth it. Man.
It's not worth it. My previous job, and I was working like 50. And at the time I had just had my son. He just moved in with me. Like this is a 1-year-old or 2-year-old at the time, and you know I'm getting home like 11, 12 o'clock at night, and I have to go get him from my cousin's house, and he's still asleep, and I have to like put him on my arm, get him in the car. He's still asleep, go get his stuff. And I'm like, and I have to wake up the next morning to do it over. And I'm working like 55 hours a week.
Man.
You know what I mean? And I was like, man, when the wife comes, I can't be doing this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I got to do something better.
Yeah.
So, I mean, some people, they see the, whether they're getting paid $15, $20 an hour, they see that OT. It's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get that OT, but that OT is not worth it. Because as soon as you pass that 10-hour bracket, dude, man, that tax.
The tax is crazy on
taxes,
overtime,
man.
boy. Yes.
Dude, again, I mean, you're New York.
Yeah.
I was at a factory making about $21.10 an hour.
Mm-hmm.
And you get paid every week, every Thursday.
Nice.
Every Thursday you get paid, right? And I'm out there and I'm like, dude, because it's mandatory. The department I was at, it was mandatory to do like 10 hours at least. So one paycheck, we got a bonus. We got a $2,000 bonus.
Nice.
I made my 40 hours. Then I made an additional like 20-something hours overtime.
Mm-hmm.
So what they do is they put all that together and they hit you with that tax.
And New York have state tax too, right?
You got to pay state. Every other tax you got to pay. You got to pay state. You got to pay unions. There's another tax called it's a broker. No, it's a bronco tax. This man, by the time 40% of your money is gone, maybe even more.
Yeah.
Dude, I looked at my paycheck and I'm looking at, man, it was like, it's supposed to be like, before tax, it was like close to like $4 grand. And I kid you not, man, I got like $2,000 and like $200 and something dollars. Like more than half of my money was gone.
Bruh.
Ever since I did, I said, man, I can kiss my butt. I ain't working no more overtime. Man. Get that? I mean, you see it, but then you don't see it because it does not. Yeah. It doesn't work. It doesn't work, man. It doesn't work, dude. Like hourly pay, man. Yeah, if you are money hungry, you want overtime, but it's not worth it. It's not worth it.
Not worth it. And I always think about it too. I'm doing all these hours. I did some crazy hours in my crazy youth too. Working 15, 16, 19 hours and all of that. And I look at the owner and man, ain't putting all that work. I mean, he probably, when he started the business, he probably, but that's for him and his generation. That man is on vacation while I'm out here doing 15, 16, 17 hours, losing time from my family and all of that. This man is with his family. And I'm like, man, nah. Do you think job hours and the amount of work causes like mental deprivation or lack of freedom in one's life?
I think it, yes, but I also goes into the field that you're in. Because if you're on your feet like a 12-hour shift, like I feel sorry for these nurses and doctors because they're on a 12-hour shift. Yeah, majority of them on a 12-hour shift, and I mean, dude, the stress level. They get paid. Yeah. But when they go on vacation, they go on vacation. They vacation. Yeah. But man, it takes a toll on them. Like it takes a toll. Yeah. And I'm not built for that. Yeah. Like I said.
We're smart.
I use my head, dude. I don't want to say it. I don't think my job right now, I don't even think I work 40 hours a week.
Hey, for real, bro.
I don't think I work 40 hours a week,
For real, man.
I don't think I do.
Yeah, gotta work smart. And like literally my ultimate goal is me and dude we went to school with, Mr. Real Estate.
Oh, you know what I'm saying? Mr. Real Estate. We ain't gonna say his name.
And hopefully, if you watching, I know you gonna watch, but we gonna put you on here. We gonna talk about that real estate,
Mr. Real Estate. Mr. Real Estater.
Yeah. But I told him last night, I'm like, man, that's one of my goals, man, is to like own properties because I want an extra set of extra stream of income. Yeah. I don't mind working, that's cool, working smart, of course. But to even smarter to own some properties or own at least one, and then you have an extra income. Something you ain't even got to really work on. That's just something that's is there. And he was like, man, if you need any advice, let me know, man. I own this, man. Whatever you want me on the podcast, holler at me anytime, whatever. So,
and that's one of the dude overall, man. I got mad respect for this kid. Like I've known him. I was like 5.
Yeah, damn. Way back.
I was like 5 years old. Man, it's Zoom, and and believe it or not, you, him, and I think like a couple of other cats. Like I probably had never got in an argument.
Yeah.
Never.
Mm-hmm.
As long as I've known you, dude. Never got in an argument.
Yeah.
Cause like. Yeah, we could get in an argument and then we make up whatever. But never, there was no reason to.
Yeah,
there was no reason to. But yeah, he's the person you need to talk to.
Yeah,
that's a different man. That's on the other side of the fence. But yeah, shout out to my dog though, man. He's doing it big.
Yeah,
man. He's doing it, man. Like I said, like there's there's a group of us. Mm-hmm. That are on that path to success. We're not successful.
Yeah.
We know we're driven for it. Mm-hmm. And it's some of the things that we wasn't taught as youngins. Yeah. Our parents, they were out there working hard and all that, but they wasn't really working smart. Mm-hmm. And I can't say like, what, my parents, they left me something where I don't have to work. Yeah. Because every kid should have to work.
Yeah. Of course.
Regardless of what you have. Mm-hmm. And the people that I work for right now, I see it every day, dude. Mm-hmm. All the owners, they coming in and they busting their butt. And I'm like, and I had to tell them, like, yo, man, I respect you, dude. Yeah. Like, man, you the owner and you out here like, you working harder, you making me look bad.
I could honestly say that every company that I've worked for, I've always seen the owner putting in work. Putting in work.
This is my first time seeing it.
Yeah, it was the first time? Yeah?
This is my first time seeing it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Maybe once I've seen it before. Like, I think I've seen it when I work at this, I used to do an insurance thing, but it was different. Like, it was harassing people to pay their hospital bill. I was
bill collector.
Yeah, I was one of those. And like this, in this industry, in the food industry, food and beverage industry, and this is my first time seeing it. And it's, it excite me. Yeah. And just like, wow, like, and I'm talking about like the mother, the son, everybody in there doing their work. Yeah. They're not just wearing this, sitting behind the desk or whatever it is and say, hey, let's do this now. Somebody don't show up, they gonna jump on that line.
Jump in.
And that's it. That's respect.
Yeah.
That's respect.
That's why respect. I got mad respect for my employer, because he's an agency owner. He can easily, like, you guys got it. My man's being there every day. Mm-hmm. He just be putting in work. Yeah. Just putting in work. And it's just like, man, you were working like you're a regular worker. Exactly. Like that's like so much. I got so much respect for him. It's like, why? Well, salute to you, boy.
Yeah,
like,
I like that. You don't see that. You don't see that nowadays.
And this dude young too. This dude like maybe 29, 30. Mm-hmm. That man is like, it's good. And his dad is, he's on a whole nother level. Yeah. Always doing like Zoom meetings, trying to get us better in sales, and just always just working, just hard working.
So you can learn, you can learn a few, thing or two from these type of people. They don't come around.
They don't come around.
They don't come around.
Yep. And we almost done, bruh. So social media and the influence on the lives.
Man, I'm not big on social media, Mark.
Me either.
I'm not.
The only reason I use social media is for this.
Yeah.
If I do pictures, that's it.
You could promote yourself. What's the cheapest way right now to promote anything that you're doing on social media? Yeah,
social media.
But I think some of us, I always say us, because I always put me in that equation. You know what I mean? And believe it or not, I don't publicize like my everyday about. Yeah. My name's not even on the on the Facebook.
Yeah.
I remember I posted a picture on them and I got like so many comments. Like, I was like, I ain't posted in like years. Yeah. And I'm like, they're like, yo, Nixon, oh, yo, that's nice. I'm like, damn, like, y'all sit around, y'all.
Yeah,
y'all
right.
lunch around, like, look for look for things.
Yeah.
But I think people just put too much of their personal things out there.
Exactly.
You know, like there's no reason for me to be coming up to you to do this podcast and the whole world got to know, yo, gonna go meet up with my dog Marc.
Yeah, right? Yeah,
I'm over here in such and such street. Be at this club. We're popping.
Right?
I think to me it's lame, dude. Like, the less a person know about you, the safer you are.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you, the better you sleep at night. To me, it's just, I don't see no reason for the world to know about my life, like whatever it is, no pictures. I ran into somebody a few weeks ago, and I ran into like, hey, you know what's going on? I haven't seen you in a couple of months, or years, whatnot. She said, oh, you back down here? I'm like, yeah. And I get this a lot. Like, yo, you down here visiting? I'm like, nah, I've been out here for like 4 years. Yeah. For real? I'm like, yeah, about 4 years. And she was like, yeah. And, you have any kids? I'm like, yeah, I got 3. She's like, and you don't post them? I'm like, post them on what? I'm like, nah.
Yeah.
Nah. I'm a very private person. Yeah. Like, I don't think it doesn't do any good. You know, I mean, people that, they live off social media, I mean, it's a way for you to connect. They might say it was a way for you to connect with with your loved ones across, different countries, whatnot, different states, whatever. But there's a phone. Yeah. Like, you don't need to post it. You don't need to post it on a social media platform for you to see my kids. Mm-hmm. You as my brother, whatever. Yeah. I could just, hey Marc, hey, this is your nephew. You know what I mean? This is a pinch up. Like, yeah, exactly. People that just do too much.
Exactly, and I just piggyback off that. I think a lot of people just, since they can't get validation in their own personal life, they want validation off social media. Oh, I want to post this picture. I want to see how many likes I got. I want to see if I'm liked, or and it's like,
and you know what? Like, not to cut you off, one of my biggest, one of the saddest things that I see that goes on there is, say, a fight break out, right? Mm-hmm. And the first thing come out is the cameras. I'm like,
yeah, the camera.
Like, why? Like, what?
The cameras come out.
For what? Like, come on, man. Like, it's break up the fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Just steady. Yeah.
It's just so much. We could have a whole 2-3 years on this subject, man. It's just some people, you know what? That's what suits them. And there's nothing you and I can do to change that. Yeah. But me, it ain't for me, man.
For sure.
It ain't for me.
I use it for what it's intended for. It's social media. When I did pictures, of course I'm gonna post my pictures because I'm looking for clientele, and I got plenty of clientele. Oh, can you do my senior pictures? Oh, can you do this headshot? Oh, I have a wedding. That's money. I'm making money off that.
And one of the things is I tell people, like, now these creators of these social medias, how much of their life do you personally know?
Nothing.
You don't know nothing. So, but yet they know everything
about you.
They know your cell phone.
Exactly.
They know what you have for dinner.
Yeah. It's crazy, and it's only gonna get worse. It's to the point, man. It's affecting marriages, and it's crazy. But that's all.
There's a lot of people, they use it to make people laugh, comedy. You know what I mean? That's something. Yeah. That's of course, certain sites out there, they get you moving and whatnot. But when you start I think it's too much, man.
Yeah, for sure.
It's too much, man.
Yeah, for sure. Oh wow.
Man, we didn't have that back in the days. You know what we had? We had a little what's that little Nokia?
Oh, the Nokia, little snake game. Yeah, playing snake on the phone, and that was the jam right there. You know what I'm saying?
That's what we had.
Yeah,
we had the basketball court.
That's it, boy. Better go outside, boy. Better go out and get some of that sun, But yeah, man, and the last topic, bruh. Your thoughts on the world becoming Karen-like. I call it the Karen's world. Where everybody's so sensitive. Mm-hmm. It's like, I know when we was, growing up, you go outside, you play basketball, and you can call each other names without You know, it's like, oh man, like for an example, it's like, oh boy, man, that was a gay move you did, boy. You can't even use that no more. It's like, oh, you offended me. I'm gonna get you fired. I'm gonna get you canceled, and it's just so soft nowadays. What do you feel about the sensitive world, this Karen's world?
This world, man, like having to grow up in the 90s, you know, I think we're the true definition of, because we had to like live it, you know, like we grew up in the 90s, you got to see a lot of things like the cell phones, technologies, and all of that, right? So I can say like we're built tough, not like Ford. But, you know,
shout out to Ford, but not you though, Ford.
But I completely agree with you, man.
Yeah.
It's like people are so sensitive, like so sensitive. And I mean, this, you know, like depending on the industry you're in, there's certain things you can't say.
Of course,
you know.
Yeah.
But we do. It's never like that.
Yeah.
I mean, there's places I've worked where I'll make a gay joke, and the person that happened to be gay just might laugh at it.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I've worked with a few people, and we joke around.
Yeah.
And I remember this one guy I worked with, and I used to always go. I used to say, I used to call him. I used to say, oh man, he used to get a kick out of it. Everybody used to kick. I used to call him Boo Boo. Say, hey Boo Boo. So the whole kitchen, I'm like, hey Boo Boo, come here. And he used to get a kick. He was like, oh my God, what do you want, Nixon? So and he was like, he was mature enough to where, like, you know what, this is, you know, it's a joke.
A joke, yeah.
It's a joke. He's not making fun of me.
Yeah.
You know, and he'll come and like it's not that serious.
It's
you know, now anything you say to anybody, it's like, oh my gosh, you're hurting my feelings. Like, you know, you're being disrespectful, or somebody is, you know, you what's that? That's harassment. You know, it's like they literally made a whole there's this videos that you have to watch about like harassment.
When you like about to start working at like a new job.
Y'all make
a whole video, bro.
whole video of that.
A whole video, bro. We gotta like really.
I'm like, I wish I could make a whole video. These cops are like, you know,
right?
But it's just, I mean, this world, man, everything is changing, man. I mean, I don't like to use the word hate, but I hate to see it go down that way. But you know, when you could only control so much, you know.
Facts.
And that's why there's certain group of people that I can't, you know, I get invited to all these activities. I'm like, nah, I'm all right, man.
Yeah.
I'm all right, because I don't want to offend anybody, you know.
Yeah.
I'm a person, I'm very, 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 very playful.
Yeah.
You know us. Man.
Yeah.
We used to go out to the movies with our pajamas on.
With pajamas on, man. Like, bro, like
with a white tee on.
Man, bro. Good old days, man.
Good old days. We were like, hey, these guys got pajamas on. Like,
bro.
We get to the house straight to bed.
Yeah, straight up. Going holler at.
It's sensitive, man.
Going holler at chicks. Are those pajamas?
Yeah.
You straight. You know what it is.
Oh, that's my favorite.
Yeah, you like SpongeBob. That's why I wore them just for you.
You can go under the sea.
For sure,
bro.
Oh
man. But yeah, the world is beginning to be sensitive, and it's like every year progressive. You know, it gets worse and worse. You know, and I see like it's just so much laws are being you know implemented, and you know, and sooner or later, man, you can't even watch TV. You're gonna have to ask the TV if I could turn you on.
For real? Can I
turn you? Can you turn what on?
Right, right. Bro, can I touch you to turn the power on? No, use the remote. Like, come on, TV. Sensitive.
You can't turn me on. I look like your wife. What?
For real. Like, geez. For sure, bro. Well, man. That is the episode, man.
Thank you for having me, my brother.
Man, thank you for
man.
Listen, and this is probably the best one that I've done, because it's talk about some real stuff, man.
Yeah,
man. I know you, like I said, I know you private, you know, but man, I appreciate you for coming on here.
You reached out, man.
You know, and
I gotta pay my dues.
Man, I appreciate it, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
You already know.
For sure, bro.
All right, my brother.
Yes, sir.